Good early afternoon. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and over the last 19 months, I've been coming at you every single day, bringing you updates, giving you timely updates, and trying to bring you the information the best I can. Over the past, I would say 2 months, although the audience size is growing, the communication, the ability for everybody watching me to show me the respect and hit the like button has diminished. I don't ask for much, but I do expect respect. I do my best, and I do come in a timely fashion every single day to bring you the news, the charts, and anything else that might come up. All I ask is for you to hit the like button. Simply hit the like button. It's 50, 60, 70 likes per video on 1,000 views. It doesn't get me through the algorithm. So if you really do respect what I do, if you enjoy the time that I put in every single day, because it's immense, and you appreciate the work that I show you, please hit that like button. I implore you, I beg you to hit that motherfucking like button. I'm not going to be a chauvinistic prick who comes on here every single day, who tells you only what you want to hear to get a like and to get a follow or a subscription. I'm not going to do that. When I watch across YouTube, it would be so easy to manipulate everybody who's watching me, but I'm not going to do it. It's not that important to me to be the #1 YouTuber who covers cryptocurrency. I'd rather be the person that you can trust most, who gives it to you straight. I'm not going to tell you what you don't need to hear. I'm going to tell you what you need to hear, and because of that, most of you think I'm a prick, and that's okay. Let's get into the charts today. XRP currently sits at 0.4589, and it's Tuesday, November 1st at 1:23 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hit that like button. Leave a comment. Tell me what you really think. Are you still out there? Do you respect what I do? Or do you think I'm a chauvinistic prick? Either way, I don't give a fuck. I just want to hear. I could be like every Tom, Dick, and Harry on here who doesn't give two shits about you. Or I can tell you the truth. One person has to tell you the truth about what's going on. And I'm not talking about somebody in the financial markets. I'm talking about one person who's covering XRP, so you can listen to him and think, holy shit, this person cares about me. Show me you care about me by hitting that motherfucking like button. That's all I ask. Make no mistake about it, I don't ask for shit out of anybody. I do everything myself. Just hit that like button. And if you want to go beyond that, I haven't had a new member of Tom's Army in 9 days, but at this point, I don't expect anybody to join Tom's Army. The crypto market's down, inflation's bad, people are struggling. The ones who find it in their heart and can afford Tom's Army for the $9.99 a month, who want to show that dedication, I appreciate it more than you know. But times are hard. It's rough. So we've got a resistance level up here that we've created on XRP in the US dollar, and this is just the newly formed pattern that we can now create something. And if you don't like what you're seeing, that's too damn bad, because this is the way that I interpret the market, and you're coming here to see what I think. If you come in the comments and tell me what some asshole thinks, you're coming here to watch me. The point of coming here is to hear what I think. There's over 14,600 people now on this station, so I implore you to hit that subscribe button for the same reason they have already done. Most of you won't be able to handle what I say because it's probably not going to go in line with what you've been told. That is not my fault. That is not your fault. But the narrative is much easier to push when you tell everybody that XRP is going to go to $1,000 tomorrow, or we're about to have this parabolic influx. It's much easier to get the views. If it was that important to me, I would come on here and tell you exactly what you want to hear. What's important to me is I get a group of people together that understand what's going on, that wants to make a change, that wants to transform what they're doing. Because make no mistake about it, XRP will transform what you're doing, but you've got to understand the reality. You've got to understand what you're doing, and you've got to understand how to buy it. You can't just buy it all at sub 20 cents. You've got to find spots to buy it. You can't just buy it all sub 50 cents or 30 cents or $1. There's places everywhere along the board that if you truly believe in XRP, you'll buy it. You won't listen to all the bullshit. You won't listen to all the fudsters. But what you're going to do is listen to what you think you know. That's yourself. You're coming on YouTube to find more information on something you believe. If you came on YouTube and you didn't know what XRP was, and you watched somebody and right when they said it's going to $100, then you're like, oh my God, I love XRP. You're buying it for the wrong reason. If you come to YouTube and you have no idea how to trade, but you're trying to figure out what the hell is going on, and you buy day one, you're doing it wrong. You got to come here, absorb the information, and figure out who's telling you the truth. If somebody's coming on and flashing you links and shit 7 days to Sunday and telling you about all this bullshit, donate here, donate there, buy this, buy that, fine. But if they're not showing you any semblance of any kind of information, what the hell is the point of even listening to the spew? The point is if the advertisements become more than the information given, turn the fucking channel off. Most people turn me off because they don't want to listen. That's fine. But I'm not going to tickle your fucking ball sack just so you can understand what's up. I'm not going to tickle your balls just so that you can think or feel good that something's going to happen that's not. There's no worse feeling than giving your hopes up and thinking something's about to happen and then it goes completely wrong. Because then when it is going to go right, you're nowhere to be found. And then you look years later and you're like, fuck. If I would have only not done this at that time and given up my dreams when something wasn't ready. It's more ready now than it was 16 months ago. It's more ready now than it was last year in November. But by no means is XRP where it's meant to be in 2025, 2028. But you got to get through these hard times with me. But what you can't afford to do is lose your whole portfolio chasing or entering and exiting and entering and exiting. The best advice I can give you, the next time you go in, make it 1/10 of your purchase. Which means you can never sell it. If you make a terrible fucking purchase and it goes out 80%, say, thank God I only put 10% of my money in. What the hell was I thinking there? There's no better way to learn than to use your own damn money. No better way to learn. Think about it in real life. When you're growing up or even now, if you could call your parents if they're alive and ask them for $1 every time you needed money with no regret, no questions asked, you're going to continue to do it. But if you've got no one to ask for money and you've got to figure out a way to do it, by God, if you don't want to live and be homeless, you're going to figure out a way to do it by any means necessary. And you know what? That might come doing some things that we wouldn't normally do, but that's the reason why when you start to get ahead, you continue to thrive and work because you don't want to go back to doing the unsavory things you might have had to do in yesterday or yesteryear. I was there. I know how it goes. So if you want to talk about work ethic and why I have it, I don't want to go back to where I was at. And it doesn't take this YouTube channel keeping me from going back there. It's what I'm doing in the process of what I'm trying to teach everybody why I started the YouTube channel. Folks, I was doing this before the YouTube channel 19 months ago. I had already turned everything around through trading, through starting to accumulate precious metals, understanding dividend-paying stocks and foreign assets. Everything I've tried to teach everybody from day one that gets lost in the shuffle. One day everybody's going to be sitting here saying, holy shit, how does he have so much, what the fuck happened? But then as you go back, you're going to look and you're going to say, holy crap, he was showing us here to buy silver, there to buy a little gold when the ratio was fucked up, but mostly silver. He showed us these little dividend-paying stocks when to get in and out, but then when to ultimately stay in. He showed us these foreign stocks that nobody even pays attention to. But over time, ladies and gentlemen, I'm doing this even if you're not paying attention. The reason why I'm having this little, I guess you could call a fucking outbreak, I want to be heard. I want people to understand what I'm doing. I want my audience that has been following forever, that might not have even taken the steps, to get off your ass. Because we're in a huge fucking problem right now. The economy is about to flip and we don't even understand it. Most of the people who watch me have no idea what's about to happen. And I talk about it every single day. It's much more than XRP, folks. What happens when you go to the grocery store and it costs you $9 for a gallon of milk? Or there is no, how about this? How about if there is no gallon of milk? What happens, why don't we talk about the fact that we're about 16 days from running out of diesel? You don't hear a motherfucker talk about that, but what they will tell you is XRP is going to $10 million tomorrow. It doesn't make any goddamn sense. Excuse my French. And my mom would backhand the shit out of me right now for taking the Lord's name in vain, which you should never do. But in this grand scheme, ladies and gentlemen, we got some issues. Big issues. If you want to talk about a bull flag, and I've given you every opportunity to understand these patterns through and through, up and down. I've tried to show every little wrinkle as they were happening. And most people will be like, he's a fucking idiot. No, it's not that I'm an idiot. It's that I understand micro and macro. In the micro, all these little lines. And the macro of the same pattern is exactly what I just drew you. Remember all those little lines I had? That's all the micro view of this fucking market. The macro view, you don't have to do all the semblances of the bullshit trading. And in this case, ready? The bullshit trading. That's the bullshit trading. Because in theory, this entire fucking pattern, we probably should have just support, or that's a resistance, short it. Support, long it. Resistance, short it. Support, long it. Now it's where does it go? That's why this is the shit area. Because it very easily could go up, support, long it, and create a W reversal, could it not? So why would we trade this area? So when everybody always asks me, why would I trade that area? You can, and I do at times, but really what I'm looking for is pattern 1, resistance, support, that's 1. 2, we've confirmed the pattern. Now theoretically, your next chance to long or short should be either a short up here or a long down here. Nothing in here, if you're trying to be a savvy trader, should be touched unless you're a risky trader. It's that fucking simple. There's no better way for me to tell you. And if anybody wants to disagree with it, that's fan-fucking-tastic. I suggest you start a new station or start a side channel and show me your thinking. Let us all know what you're saying, because maybe you have a better understanding of what's going on at this particular time, or your thought process is different than mine, which is great. Because then you can micromanage the market, and then you can show us your techniques, and then we can all grow together. That's how the XRP community gets stronger. Not by sitting there and being a keyboard warrior, and not doing anything. If you think you have something to add to the community, get out there, I implore you. Crypto Scrooge, or Solo Scrooge, took it upon himself. I think he is Crypto Solo Scrooge, but he took it upon himself because he believes in XRP, he believes in Solo, and he didn't believe Solo was getting enough coverage, and he started a whole channel, by God. And I'm going to show you it at the end of this update. The hell with it, I'm going to show you now. So, ladies and gentlemen, one from your own, who's been a follower, a supporter, a member of Tom's Army for a very long time, Solo Scrooge. 146 subscribers now already. He did a video 3 hours ago. He's done a few of them over the past few days. He's done a lot of videos. So get into it. Crypto Solo Scrooge. He's in my video description below. Take a look at his content. That's what I'm talking about. Getting out there, and instead of just talking, do something. He's doing something. And by doing something, that doesn't mean that you just have to start a YouTube channel. That could mean, hey, you want to use your voice? Join Tom's Army for $9.99 a month. Get in the Telegram and tell everybody what you think. There's 240 people in there. I give that free for anybody who supports Tom's Army. Yes, there's the scumbags who will get in there and they won't pay it forward, and then 6 months later I'll just kick them out. That happens. That's natural jabroniness. Those are the jabronis, but that's what happens in culture. Because we all feel entitled, but I created that community so there would be spam free. I don't want any spammers. That's why you have to pay to get into Tom's Army. Show me that support, and then I created that myself. That wasn't there when the first 100 and something members of Tom's Army joined. They just did that to show me the support because they know how much work I'm putting in. If you don't want to show support, or if you don't want to join Tom's Army, or if you don't want to, you know, you appreciate what I'm doing, but you don't want to be involved, send a donation. I got Cash App. I have Venmo. PayPal I deleted as of now. I don't like their policy. Understanding that Cash App and Venmo might go that same route, but until they do, I don't worry about it. Send me a monthly donation if you feel inclined. Or just hit that motherfucking like button. That's the main point. Hit that like button. Put me through the algorithm. Or share me on social media so more people can see what I'm doing. But wouldn't it make perfect sense to come down here and make a W reversal? Couldn't it come down there? I mean, or it's going to go up to resistance. But until it tells us which way it's going, you don't long or short the market. Let the market do what it wants. And then you do it. But as far as everything else goes, I'm actively building up my XRP and it keeps going unnoticed. And that's fine. That's good. That's great. I don't really give two shits anymore. What I do care about is the ones that are listening. If you are paying attention and you want to build your portfolio like I currently have 2,222 XRP tokens. I used to have 7,500 approximately, or 7,200. For the ones who don't know, I sold at $1.66 after buying at an average of 47 cents. These ones have been a little weird. I bought them at 31 cents on average again, sold them at 52.5 cents, and then bought them back at about 46 cents. So I made a hell of a healthy gain, sold it, and then I had to rebuy back because these 2,222 shares were never supposed to be sold. But I made a savvy move after a quick spike. But I wanted to buy it back when it got around 46 cents because I already bought it at 31 after selling at $1.66. And now I saved all that money after a huge gain, and then I got it back even cheaper, so I'm on house money right now. I've also got the same amount of XLM. I've got 5,222 XDC. I've got 42,222 DGB. I've got 2,222 HBAR. I think that's it. But there's a reason why I'm doing it small at a time. Because there's no possible way to acquire everything you want at the exact same time. It just doesn't work that way. So you have to buy things when they're dipping, when certain things are going cheaper. My first purchase I bought of XRP after $1.66 and it goes completely unnoticed and I get mocked still. I bought it at 29.7 on the air. And everybody says I never bought XRP back. I didn't buy all of it back because I firmly believe we're still going lower. If it doesn't go lower in the grand scheme, so be it. I have a buyback plan even if it doesn't. But my whole existence is not relying upon I need to buy XRP at one level. I have a system, ladies and gentlemen. It's the same way I bought it when it started at 42 cents, went up to 60, came back down to 35, went to 42, went to 49, went to 86, came down to 55, went to $1.10, went to 62. It had all these ups and downs in a 2-month period before we ultimately got to my sellout. But every time it came lower than my previous buy-in, I would buy more. And then if it went up, let's say 60%, and up until $1, I would buy. Anything over $1 was off limits, and I kept that the entire time. I've never bought XRP over $1. I also don't like to sell it under $1 unless we're in a bear market like we are, and I understand what's going on. But there's a certain way to set it up. To just come on and be like, oh, he doesn't own XRP, or he didn't tell us to buy XRP, is such horse shit. The people who say that, it's unbelievable, but I'm not going to focus on that. What I will focus on is the fact to take ownership right now. Buy silver. Silver is the biggest steal on the planet right now. Do you know back in 1978 approximately, silver is at about $50 an ounce? We're in 2022 and the greatest inflation this country's ever fucking seen. And silver is sitting at 20 bucks. Something's up today though. Something's up today, and the precious metals markets understand something's going on today. Silver doesn't just spike over 3% for no reason. It was up better than 5% this morning. Silver is up to something. Commodities are up to something. Something's going on behind the scenes. Just like when the 10-year yield dropped this morning, it was down to 3. That money was coming into the bond market. Something's on the horizon. But now it quickly, after the little drop off, now it's quickly bought back up. Something is up, folks. Be smart with this time in history. XRP is where you need to be, but it's a 3-part system. If you buy XRP and XLM and XTC aren't in your plan, you're not doing your research. You're not doing your research. Oh yeah, and I've also bought 4,222 VeChain and 5,222 ZIL. Those are the 2 that I forgot. You're talking about cryptocurrencies right now that are, some of them are better than 80 to 90% off. Yes, XRP is not as on sale. DGB is a cheaper price in comparison to XRP from this time last year. DGB got up to 17 cents. I know, I held it and sold it at 16 plus. And now it's under a penny. XRP hasn't lost 17 times its value since its high. So put it in perspective, ladies and gentlemen, there's ways to do this. But you can't listen to the bullshitters. You cannot listen to the con artists. But you have to understand over everything else, XRP and its on-demand liquidity will transform your system, or your personal financial system, or your personal savings, I should say. But it's also going to transform the financial system, and it already has. It's not about sending money from me to you in a borderless society. That everybody can do that, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, just stop with that. They lie to you and say that XRP is the only one that does this borderless transaction. Everything does that. That's where people laugh at the XRP community, and it's fine. I'm here to set you straight, and I'm here to make sure that we don't get laughed at. The XRP community is one of the most passionate communities I've ever dealt with, and I love it. I love it. I wish Digibyte's community was the same way, but they're not. There's not as many people. I wish even the Stellar Lumens or the XDC community, the X and Fin, I wish that was the same, but they're not. They're not as big. They're not as passionate. The XRP community is passionate, but as passionate as they are, they're very, very manipulated. That's very dangerous. That means a lot of people are going to go broke and have gone broke or have no money left because they put in their life savings already before the time was right. And it might have been right at 29 cents. Or it might be right at 47 cents. It wasn't right at $1.66 or $2.50 or $3.25. It wasn't. Anything under 50 cents might be right. Anything over 50 cents, it's not. I mean, even under $1, you could say it might be right, but it wasn't. There's certain levels in history that are right. I'll be damned if I miss this ISO flip. And I sure as hell am not going to miss it. I've already been doing my part with silver as well. You guys seen me buying silver when the ratio got over 90, like there was no more silver that was going to be left on the planet Earth. Now it's at 83.85, which means today, the 95 ounces is the differential. So right now, those 95 ounces of silver that I bought during that time when it was over 90 to 1, because I bought more than 90 ounces of silver when that separation was happening, because it happened for several months. I bought more than I normally do. I even bought a couple kilo. Well, I bought a kilo. I had a couple different 20-ounce purchases, a couple different 10 and 15-ounce purchases in a smaller amount of time than I normally would. Of course, you know, then you got to bury it somewhere. Because like I always tell everybody, I'm not afraid of you guys coming to my house and trying to steal it. I have arms. I have weapons. I'm not afraid of that. And I'm not just talking about, you know, guns. I have karambits. I've got other things that I can do personal hand-to-hand combat that you won't stand a chance, because I'm not going to use my knuckles. I'm not an idiot. But I'm afraid of my government coming in and seizing it, so I have to find places to bury it. And yes, that can become difficult when you don't want it on your property, but still, if you know a plan and you know places, then you know. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. So right now is that time, though, folks. If you miss this, you miss it. There's no way to come back from this. The global financial system is going to blow up right in front of your very eyes. There's nothing you can do about it. And if you disagree with it, and you don't want to acknowledge it, well, there's nothing anybody can do for you. If you want to listen to the fudsters all day, that's on you. If you want to listen to everybody who tickles your balls and you want to feel like everything's fine and you don't need to worry, if you're listening to somebody who doesn't tell you to buy silver, they're a fucking idiot. If you're listening to somebody who tells you to buy XRP but they're not telling you to buy precious metals, they don't know the game. XRP is one part, a big part, huge part, ladies and gentlemen. But XRP is the way that you transform your wealth. Precious metals, gold and silver, silver especially right now, is the way that you keep, you sustain what you already have. In times of high inflation, there's nothing more important than making sure you have real money. There's nothing worse than if you make all this money and then your native currency ain't worth dick. Put it in silver, especially. If you want to put it in gold, that's your forte. I buy gold as well. It's just silver is the greatest steal on the planet right now. I'll continue to say it. I'm XRP Future Millionaire. Take your own financial journey into your own hands. Don't let somebody else tell you how to do it. And for God's sake, don't let somebody else control what you're doing. Not even me. You take it in your own hands. You figure out what's going on. And then you come to a logical conclusion that you can agree with and that you're satisfied in your mind. Don't just do it because somebody else is saying it. Do it because you truly believe it and you want to make sure that you're fine in this time of change. Because make no mistake about it, in this time of the digital flip, it's going to be a bitch. And the lower class is done. If you're part of the lower class and you don't do this, you're done. And I'm not talking done like, oh, you're living on, you're done. Communities are going away, and it's not that far away. If you're in the middle class, you're likely gone. Unless you transform the way you store your wealth. Even the lower middle class. As long as you find a way to make sure that dollar, that wealth is transcended into the digital era, silver. It's so easy. It's right out in front of everybody. And then you also buy your ISO coins, in particular XRP, but don't lose sight of Algo with the Algorand network. Or don't lose sight of IOTA with the Internet of Things. Or DGB, also in the Internet of Things. Or VeChain, also in the Internet of Things. Or Theta, also in the Internet of Things. If you don't know what the Internet of Things is, look up hashtag IoT. Or just type in Internet of Things on Google. But also, don't look past XDC. Or XLM, or HBAR. The list goes on, ladies and gentlemen, or ZIL. Or Quant, but Quant is so damn expensive, it's not within budget. So the point with Quant is it's already up there. Don't you want to buy one of these that are going to go where Quant's going? Quant one day wasn't there. Yesteryear, it wasn't where it's at now. Look at Algo. Algo was a couple bucks not too long ago. Same with IOTA. IOTA's 26 cents. So take this time in history to understand what's going on. This is who I am. I'm XRP Future Millionaire. I'm a very passionate person. If you don't like it, I don't give a fuck. Make sure to hit that like button. Also, subscribe to the channel. Subscribe. There's a reason why 14,600 plus people have already subscribed to this channel in less than 19 and a half months. There's a reason why. If you don't like my mouth, well, I'm a realist. I was also raised by hardcore Italians, and my grandpa, I'm second generation off the boat. God rest his soul, he passed away in 2001. I'm a hot-blooded Italian. I'm going to tell you the way it is. If you don't like it, or if I've riled you up, I've done my job. I want you to look within your soul and understand what's coming in this next time. Because I'm telling you right now, if you don't get it right, there are no second chances here. And it really bothers me when I see people on YouTube that are social media influencers that are not telling the whole truth or don't understand the whole truth. You don't see any of these people talking about XRP telling you to buy silver. Why? Or they don't tell you to buy the other ISO coins. Why? They know about them. I guarantee they know about them. Ask yourself why. Why? If you're still stuck around here after 30 minutes, obviously you appreciate what I do, and you might want to show me some support. So I might as well show you the few links that I have. So if you would like to show me support, or if you just want to join Tom's Army, You can hit Join Tom's Army for $9.99 a month. Get the exclusive Telegram. And if you're not part of Tom's Army, I implore you, join Tom's Army. Show me that support. I put in a lot of work for not a lot. If you want to find an exchange to trade XRP, IOTA, or your ISO coins in the USA or even around the world, but you don't need a KYC, no VPN, and you don't have to pay spot fees. Stop wasting your money. MEXC or BitGet, but MEXC in the USA right now has no restrictions. That's a link right there. It really does show me that support. I'm trying to get as many people. I've had 12 people sign up on MEXC, and I need a few more so that I can try to do this copy trading again. Deposit some money and mess around with it, you know, and hopefully in time they'll approve us, because you have to have enough people on MEXC. So we'll see what happens, but with your support, hopefully we'll get the copy trading back, because on BitGet, unfortunately, they've restricted new signups in the USA. VPNs, the IPs that restricted now. If you're part of it already on BitGet, you can still trade, still do their futures, but unfortunately, if you're part of my copy trading, I had 96 active people, I only have 7 now, because the other ones were taken off. I'm sure the rest will as well, unless they're from different countries, but unfortunately that's what happened, and it just is what it is. I still use BitGet. I still love BitGet, and if you want to sign up through my partner link, I'd appreciate that as well, as I think it's a great platform. It's just, you know, you got to stay ahead of the times, and MEXC is almost identical, but it's got added ones like IOTA. It's got Casper. You can buy all your great ones like XRP, XLM, and your ISO coins. And then for the ones who always ask me about Uphold, there's how you get on there as well. The spot fees are higher, but it's my most trusted. So what I end up doing if I want to keep some on Uphold is I'll send it from BitGet and or MEXC, because there's no spot fees, and then I'll send it over there. And then if you want to check out my other content, it's right below. Make sure to hit that motherfucking like button. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think if you made it till the end. If you made it till the end, put the number 22 in the comments.